Hello and welcome to But I'll Take a Pinot, our Top Chef edition. I am Jeff, our resident service industry hospitality expert, which is finally coming into play here on Bravo as
It
we are
is
going to talk about lots of
your
kitchen
time.
stuff. Yeah, these are going to be 9 hour episodes now.
It's your time to shine, sir. You have very patiently waded through the gutter with me, and now you are the star.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to take the helm a little bit for a minute. That's me, and I'm joined by.
I'm Sunday Rose. I am the pop culture professor and self proclaimed expert, except I'm not the expert on Top Chef. I have a minimal awareness of it. And of course, I've seen it. I am in the world. I was born on the earth, and I have a
Mhm.
cultural awareness of it and the zeitgeist. But I am here to allow all things kitchen and food and eating related to you.
Well, I appreciate that. You want to catch us up on what we have coming up?
For sure. We've got lots of fun stuff. Obviously, we're doing our Top Chef coverage, and it's kind of wacky a little bit the next couple of weeks because they're doing a sneak peek. The Top Chef premiere is sneak peeking, but our coverage will drop the same night. But you'll also get a twofer because that is also the reunion, our season 12 reunion. So it's going to be a big day. Tuesday is going to be a big day. We need to cancel Wednesday morning plans. We need to just really
Yes.
prepare for the onslaught of adoration and attention we're going to get from these two competing ideas. Also, though, I did an interview with one of the contestants who is from Atlanta. Her name is Chef Day Joseph, and she was really cool. I'm gonna put some of that on our socials. So like go to the YouTube and the TikToks, and you can look for us on
Oh,
TikTok now at Take a Pinot Pod. Same with Instagram. And then me and Nolan did some America's Next Top Model coverage. It was pretty long because the thing was 3 episodes, and we were, about a ball and a half deep by the end. But I am going to catch up with Jeff for that about that one because he has feelings. But also, I think we're going to watch the Dateline and do a little model minute in one of the upcomings, and we maybe could put that on YouTube or put that on Instagram. So there are some things coming up, and Jeff's been traveling far and wide, but finally he's coming home, stopping shirking his responsibilities and coming home to devote the time where it needs to be. Prioritize this, sir, please.
right here. That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay. So all of that's coming up. All of that.
All right. Well, let's jump into this trailer
Let's
we
get
got.
it. I watched it
Um,
many times.
yeah, it has a lot. The Carolinas have a ton to offer. Have you traveled through North Carolina and South Carolina a bunch?
Not North Carolina. Also, too, please forgive my geographical shortcomings, but we went skiing in Boone one year. Is that North Carolina or South Carolina?
Yes, North.
Okay, so then yes, I have been to North Carolina.
All
South
right.
Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina several times. We're in Georgia, so Hilton Head and that's right there. So yeah, I mean a few. And also too, I feel a little kinship to it because the foodway and the food profile is sort of, it's similar. So I feel kind of prepared to at least understand what they're making.
Yeah, it's very similar to us. I mean, geographically, we're right there. And as far as cuisine goes, the two of them together are similar to Georgia, just kind of blown up a little bit, I think. They have
Well,
everything from coastal stuff, seafood, to mountain area stuff, which gets a little different. You kind of have upper crust Charleston to have, you got your fancy bits in a few places.
mhm.
So they kind of have everything, which is great. I think it's an awesome showcase for this.
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, does the location of the filming like change like the challenges and the kinds of stuff that they're asking them to do? Or is it they really just perform like what their specialty is no matter where they are?
No, they're going to throw wild stuff at them. There's going to be challenges. I mean, you saw them doing zip lining stuff. They'll be in the mountains, they'll be in the beaches, they'll be in the cities, they'll be running.
Yep.
This is our
But
new, we have activity dates, especially as
ugh,
Vanderpump goes along.
stop
These
trying
are,
to make us active, Bravo. Stop it.
but while they're doing them, they're not just talking to each other to fill space. They'll be showing us, what foods are
Yeah.
going on in that place and doing
Well,
activities that especially people from that area will know a
yeah.
lot.
Well,
We
did they
got to
make
watch
them
it
like?
in. Chicago when we lived there. We lived in Kentucky when they filmed there. It really is. They really do a good job of like capturing the place.
Well, that's really what I wanted to ask is that so all of the stuff all the food challenges, you're gonna have to like help me with my lingo here, but that's all going to be like Carolina related, and they have to put their own spin on a Carolina situation, a Carolina dish.
Pretty much exclusively it will be.
Okay.
So, you're going to see food similar to what we know a lot, plus
Okay.
a little more that's more exclusive to
Yeah. Well,
Carolina. So
that I
they
can
they
attest
they
to.
have a lot.
I am
Yeah.
an expert on eating Southern food. I've been doing it my whole life. So,
Yeah, and we've gone through there a bunch. I've gotten to know it a lot in the last few years since we've been back to Georgia. Shout out to our Beaufort and Bluffton areas of Carolina. Uh, I
not
always
Jeff
have to
doing
say
accent
those
work.
words like that. Yeah. But I mean,
Cabernet.
Raleigh, Charleston, I mean, there's just great food cities all around both those states.
Charleston's
So,
on my list of my things. Remember, Carla owes me a 4-day trip, and
yeah, they
so
got like
Charleston's
a
on my
ton of
list.
stuff you'd love for sure.
Yeah,
Um, Plus, the people are awesome, Brooke says.
of
That's
course.
exactly right.
Uh huh.
Um, Also, something you should know going into this, much like we're a Lisa Stan podcast with our Vanderpump Rules coverage, we are a Gail Simmons Stan podcast. That's four
Okay.
exclamation points after that.
Okay.
She is near and dear to our hearts very
That's good
much. We
to know.
love, she's been there the whole time.
Yeah. Her
This
and
is their
Tom.
yeah, this is their third host, and they've been around the whole time though, and they're
Well,
really
Tom
fun.
looks very different than back in the day. Looks like he might be, the GLP-1 train.
Sorry, what's up? Oh, correction. Gail took a season off when she was pregnant. Sorry.
Is
Uh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we are all about the facts around here.
We yeah, we've been remarking on the Tom stuff also, like a lot of folks.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's done some slimming down in the last couple of years.
Which seems like it would be kind of an occupational hazard for him, because the GLP ones that kind of block the food noise. Seems like he needs that food noise to be able to do his job right. But like, who am I to say?
Yeah, he's more running. He's not like a line cook who's there every day. Got to taste every little bit. I mean, he's somebody that's been around for years and
Jeff,
years. He's got
it's
folks in
literally
his
his
place.
job to taste food and judge it.
Well,
Like it feels
you
like
can
he would.
taste it. You don't have to
He
sit
needs
down and
it.
eat a plate of something when you want to
I
taste
know,
it.
but it
You
changes your
can,
chemistry. It changes your chemistry around food and stuff. Anyway, that's for the scientists to sort out. It's not. It's none of my business. Oh, quick though, I did notice that these episodes are 75 minutes.
I don't know if all of them will be, or that's just how we're starting.
I was just like looking on I was doing some Googles, and a lot of what I've seen, I think like the first, at least the first batch of them are. That's a commitment.
I love it. I always think it's a show that could easily show more. You get a quick fire challenge at the beginning, and you'll
Hmm.
get a competition challenge later on.
Okay.
So there's two, and especially when it's starting with 20 people or something. So
Yeah.
that's 20 dishes they're doing in the front, 20 dishes they're doing in the back, unless somebody gets eliminated surprise early. So, I
Hmm.
mean, that's 40 dishes to show off in an hour,
Okay.
or
Well.
really 45 minutes. So usually that's not a ton. So they've got to speed through it, especially at the beginning. And that's another thing I love is as the show goes along, you get to know the people that are there better and better because you've seen them. You get to put the food and personalities together. It's awesome. Uh,
Um, I do know Kristen too because she was on, well, is on the season of Traders. So
correct. Yeah.
that's right. She's doing fairly well. I'm not all the way caught up, but she's like she's like a dark horse. She's the silent killer. So I do know her, but that was my very first like introduction to her at all. But I like her a lot.
She's great. She did, she was on it several years ago, and then I think
Oh,
came
she
back
was a
for an
contestant?
all-star season. Yeah, Kristen was top chef, and
Huh.
then she came back for an all-star. She's come back and guested, and then I think it was just last year was her first full season as host, and then
Wow.
she's had
That's the
some
dream.
other TV hosting duties. She's done great on. But yeah, she's when she starts talking food, I mean, I didn't watch her on Traders much, but she's fun to watch talk about food. She's very technical and relatable at the same time. So like
Yeah.
very good for TV.
It's so
Um,
funny because some of her social media has been, they've captured her in the trader's kitchen, like trying to open something with a tool that she did not, that was not matched up to the job at hand. And she's been very funny and very kind of like, self deprecating about it. I really like her. And she is kind of a smoke show. So just
yeah, a
saying.
little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the stuff about, we are both, we're watching all Bravo stuff here kind
Hmm.
of accidentally, but so this was the only thing I knew about Bravo for years. You know everything about Bravo except this. So
Hmm.
with some other shows, there are some crossovers,
Yes, I saw
like
Madison and
guest
Craig.
stars. Okay, see,
Hmm.
I don't even know who that
That's
is.
Southern Charm. Speaking of
Yeah,
Charleston,
that's
you
who I
will like.
had. I had
Yeah.
something from,
Yes, and as a matter of fact, Southern Hospitality, which is the
hmm
like sister show to Southern Charm, which is about a restaurant in Charleston, just premiered, I think, last night or this week.
yeah.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of crossover cousin fucking happening in the Bravo universe.
No, no, that's not on this show. That's
Well,
not on you. You can keep that in WeHo. We're
If Top Chef was first cousins with Southern Charm, and then Southern Charm's cousin is Southern Hospitality, you see how I got there.
also, if they're all cousins, when there's 20 of them, you can't keep up with two of them. So if you think you're going to try and name 20 different
Well,
people,
I've already started. Like I have a whole list.
for those
I've
of
put
you
their
that don't
names right
know,
here
if people are
with some.
cousins, Sunday can't tell them apart.
Well, I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to tell. There's twin brothers on this one. Top Chef's actively working against me, and I'm not talking about like the older brothers. I even looked it up. There was brothers on another season, brothers from another
Yeah,
season. They were
very
the years.
famous, very
Yes.
famous.
I do believe that I must have dipped in and out of that season because they looked familiar. But these two twin brothers are identical. Like the photographer must have made them look different ways in their biopics because that nobody can tell them apart. So that's going to be tough. It's the Jonathan and Brandon of it all. So maybe one of them will go
Yeah,
early. I won't have to suffer through it.
it was the Voltaggio brothers that were on there years ago, and they've made appearances since and have had really good
Mm,
success. They're a big time success story on the show, and they've some of their people they've mentored have come back and everything. There's a really like given feel around the show. Like people stick with it for years. It's very, I think it's a lot of the stuff that I light up about in our Vanderpump coverage, like, is also here. Like people
oh
working
yeah.
together, people showing support. I like it way more when they work together than when they're backbiting. Like all the
Mm.
fighting in the kitchen.
Oh no, we
Um,
may disagree on that. So our episodes are going to be like 3 hours long. Is that what's
yeah,
going to
this is
happen? Okay.
exactly what I wanted to ask you though. Since you're like, do you have Top Chef memories of the couple of years you watched?
Well, the Vitaggio, say that for me again. Say their name.
Voltaggio.
Yeah. They look like they're giving like real line cook energy, but they also like have an indie rock band on the side that they're just trying to get off the ground. That's the look they give. I remember that. Um, Obviously I remember I have Padma connections, but like if you were to ask me name something that happened in some season, like I just don't. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I have an awareness of in the cultural zeitgeist, and then when it came on, I'd like put it on and like fold laundry or whatever. But I have really no memories. I know how it works ostensibly.
Yeah.
I do have some questions about like last chance kitchen situation, but um I'm a newbie, which I'm feeling a little out of sorts about that. I don't know how I care for that a little bit.
It's a great place to be. You'll settle in,
Mm,
trust me.
okay. Okay.
Well, so are you looking forward to more of the food of it all, the competition, or do you want to see some like treachery, scandal
Yes.
stuff happen out of nowhere?
Yes to all of that. Um, well, I really liked Project Runway, and this has a real Project Runway vibe to it, where the like, watching the process is really interesting to me. I love
Yeah,
that. Really like, and it would be icing on the cake if they were just bitchy as fuck to each other. Like that would be wonderful. I mean, a beautiful product at the end, and all of this like infighting, personal, interpersonal conflict, tears, storming off. I need somebody to be. I mean, we're talking about chefs right here. Listen, if you don't deliver me a volatile, screaming, hollering chef, what are we even doing? Why are we calling it Top Chef? Why don't we call it like, Top Sweet Baby?
Sunday, we gotta get raw ingredients together. Think about something to do with them. Assemble them, cook them properly, make them all taste good in a matter of minutes. We ain't got time for people running around, lighting stuff on fire, talking
Well,
shit to other people.
you could
This is
reframe that.
business right here. This
You
is
could reframe that
business.
as all those things that you just said in this
Wait, hold
pressure
on.
cooker.
Season 23. We're not coming in with notes to Top Chef right away. We got
Okay,
23.
fair enough.
You think we've got lots of Vanderpump to get through? This has been on twice as long.
Yes,
This
20
started
years.
7 years before we even knew about a Vanderpump Rules. So,
Fair enough. Okay,
or no,
so
like 9 years before. I think it was 03, 03 or
yeah,
04 when it first came
it's
on.
been a long time. So you're right. I'm new here. So put your
Um,
dukes down.
how do you think you would do in a pressure cooking situation? If I come over, they do stuff like this, but it's more of a chopped situation. If I come over with a box of ingredients and say, you got 30 minutes, what's, do you, how
I
do you
could
react to that?
Okay, 30 minutes seems egregiously short.
Oh, you're
But
gonna,
I mean,
okay.
but also too, you got to get out. The first time I bump into you standing somewhere, that's it. You're dead. Like I'm pushing you down, I'm stabbing you. Like get out. I yelled at Carla the other day because she flinched when I dropped a dish. I was like, "Get out of here!"
So
So
when you see all these people zigzagging and running around with pots
mm,
and pans and vegetables and stuff going all over,
that's why they're the professionals. That's why they
so
are, And I still have some baked in training. I'm always like behind you or like corner or whatever. I have some baked in training.
that's
But if
good.
I
That's
but if
good.
I am in here doing the
So you
job, get out.
better than Jax. You're above
Yeah.
Jax. That-
I do have an awareness of my spatial areas.
I got it. I got it. Who do you think from our Vanderpump coverage would be a great Top Chef contestant?
Based on skill or based on general aesthetic?
Just look, think about all their, in the moment confessional looks and who pops,
DJ
who
James
you're,
Kennedy. DJ James Kennedy all day.
okay.
He
That's not,
look he
I think
looks
that's a good call.
and he's got the artisticness about him, but he's got that skinny little, hat on backwards with a cigarette behind his ear, like walking around with a to-go container drinking water out of it. Like he's got that look.
Yeah.
So, I feel like who's yours? Who do you think?
I think honestly, for some reason, I think Ariana would have something cool to do.
That's fair. That's fair.
She can maintain. She's like, she will not get too nervous and just be like, I'll put something on a plate and make it taste good. Because sometimes that's all people need to do. They freak out, get nervous, and nothing gets on the plate. Time
Mm,
management is a very big part of this.
yeah.
So I think temperamentally, that's her.
Um,
Um, and then
there,
there's other pressures too besides the time. Like we're not watching these people get filmed at their job and in their apartment. They're sequestered off, for like a minimum of 3 weeks at a time, depending on how long they're around, away from work and family and all that.
I was going to
Um,
ask this. So,
yeah.
like, I looked when I was doing my little research. It says nine of the 15 contestants have restaurants. Like, altogether, these folks have 18 restaurants. Or they're like either executive chef or they own them or they're proprietor. Like, who's taking care of them? Do they just shut them down or do they have like an assistant? Seems like, especially these like folks who have
Well,
smaller endeavors.
if you're a chef of a restaurant, you've got at least a sous chef, maybe a couple sous chefs.
Well, I know
You've
some of
got
these folks
you
have a
know,
smaller endeavors though. I think one of them, like I think the married couple, their situation is that one of them is like a pop up.
Well, I
So
mean, it completely depends on what it is. If you're a family of restaurants, then you can probably get out or real easy. If you're a private chef, and it's just you and you've got
if we
clients
got a
one at a time, then you can
if we
just
got a
find a
couple of them,
replacement for a month, and then you're back on. If you're doing a pop-up, you either get some buddies because the restaurant community usually knows somebody else that's cooking if you don't know
yeah,
exclusively people that are cooking, which is a lot of my life. You can get somebody else to pop in there for a little while. I mean, any number of things. I mean, it's usually people that are at independent restaurants who kind of just step out for a minute, let everybody else that's there, step up. If you've got a junior sous that's, somebody else goes away, they get to be in, your position for a couple weeks. And that's something that wears on these people because if you're working 60, 70, 80 plus hours a week, like a lot of cooks are, and you just aren't all of a sudden, and you're sharing a
Right.
bunk bed with some other dude away from your kids. These people are leaving pregnant wives behind sometimes, and
Do do we get to see them in their lodgings? Because
yeah, yeah.
shows like Drag Race, we never see them back where they're living, but in Project Runway, sometimes we did. Do we ever get to see them like back in their little quarters?
Every episode, we wake up with them in the
Really?
morning. We will go see them have a cheers at the end of the night. A lot more water, like mineral water and stuff going on than in the early seasons. There's a little
Yeah.
bit more drinking, fighting, a little messing around, I think, in like the first 4 or 5 years. And like a lot of cook lives in the last 15 years or so, it's kind of improved. Now you're seeing people wake up with tea and yoga, not like a cough and a
Boo.
cigarette and get going. Uh,
Boo.
that that can't maintain. You can't do that forever. I'm here to tell you.
I know, but it's not like they're not picking young people. A lot of these folks are super young. What about the married couple though? There'd be no way. I'd be so divorced by the end of that freaking competition because they're
Well,
not
it's not
competing
one
together.
on. Yeah, they might be. They might be on teams together. They do get paired up
Well, I know,
sometimes.
but I'm saying though they didn't like the premise isn't that we come in here together and we leave together. Like they're going to be actively competing against each other for that top prize.
Yeah,
So
but they
I
win
think that is
250 grand, then the family wins 250 grand. So they're kind of
right.
got two horses in the race.
Right, but who wants to be the one that doesn't bring the family home that 250 thing? That's really demoralizing. Like I wouldn't want to lose to
Isn't
my
it great?
wife.
We have $250,000 is also a reaction.
Yeah, but isn't it suck that I lost to my wife? Like, dang.
No.
I could never listen. Do not act
Well,
like
if
you do
you
not have some
if
sort of
if that
competitiveness to
is what
you.
it is, then you should have gone, man, I should have just cooked that food and not slammed down my pots and pans and yelled at everybody just to make good television. I
I
should have
do
been
not
out here
believe that you'd just
cooking.
be cool and fine losing if you and Brooke were in a competition. You'd just be like, cool, 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 high five, good luck. I mean, you would have there would be some feelings about it. I
You
know.
drop me a money bag with a dollar sign on it and there's 250,000 smackers in there, I'm going to get over it real
Okay.
quick.
All right. Well, we've established that you're a much better human than I am generally.
Okay, we're going to hold off on that. These people, one thing like that's a little not drama, but it's not it does it's a little step outside of the cooking of it. They're away from their loved ones, like I said, but usually at the end they bring back if you're down to like the last five or six, they might start here's a mystery guest and it's like some guy's sous chef or his
Yeah.
sister or a partner or something like that.
That's a pretty common
Um
trope in reality competition
and
shows
it's
too. Really,
wonderful, but I mean, you
it
see
ratchets
them.
up
I
the
mean,
stakes. Yeah.
they've been just working. I mean, you're basically doing like two shifts sometimes every day, for like, they do get a day off every now and they'll say like tomorrow, like when they tell them like it's a party because it's intense, you're on it. Like you said about the husband and wife, like you're on it all the time. You're wanting to win, you're in a competition. Then all of a sudden, like mom walks in the door, and it's just like, oh my God, you get to watch them, and you've
Yeah.
been hearing about these people also for weeks already, so
Yeah.
it can be
Lots of
emotional. Yeah,
tears. Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
see,
fun though.
that's how the below deck crew is. Like whenever they get like a day off, they get so blotto hammered that it is just decisions are being poorly made across the board. They're falling down. They are like falling off the boat. They're in the hot tub naked. Like below deck goes hard. Another
Probably
Bravo
not,
show.
probably not getting that on
Okay, well,
this.
we'll see. We're in the early days. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now that I'm here, who knows what the party's gonna be like?
What uh what do you think your cooking style would center on if you were a Top Chef
Well,
contestant?
probably Southern food because that's all I
Yeah.
learned to make growing up, right? Because like
Yeah,
Southern,
we're gonna
because like they
this is
called
gonna
it,
be
they were doing,
a good one for us. It's not like we
yeah.
have more
So
related to
they
this
kept
than
mentioning
Canada.
for sure, even though I do have a cat named Poutine, but they kept mentioning
That's
like
right.
Appalachian ingredients, which seems
Yeah.
like a very bizarre way to I don't know. There's some distance in what I've seen because it's just stuff that we ate, like hoe cakes. Oh, Sheppy's up. It's like hoe cakes and then greens, and which I never ate liver mush, but my dad loved a liver
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
and
Hey,
so
Sheppy.
say hi.
Hi.
Okay, go tell mom to get up. Um, they're both here just like hanging out chilling, but so that's exciting too. And I have been to like a party where there was a hog in the ground. Like I feel like I would be,
Yeah.
I have a very distinctive palate for barbecue. I have a favorite barbecue place in town and I know how I want to do it. And you know that's exactly what I would have to cook. Everything would be, I mean, just put enough salt and butter in it and everything tastes good.
There we go.
That's the
Um,
that's the
so you,
trick.
so French, you're big on French food also.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
there's some through lines.
yeah, and even the barbecue up there we're gonna get in the Carolinas is varying because it's more just vinegar based in North Carolina. You get a little
Yeah,
mustard in the South Carolina.
I don't like a
Um,
mustard-based barbecue sauce. I'm just saying. I was born and raised in
no
Georgia. I need
Carolina
it.
Gold for you.
I need it to be red,
And see,
brown.
these differences are popping up already for you.
I know. There's some pretty cool guest stars too. I noticed. So my Craig and Madison crossovers, love it. But these are some kind of big hitters. People are coming for coming on Top Chef. So it must be a big thing.
It's a
Like so we
big
got
thing.
Supergirl, we got Fortune Feimster,
Oh yeah.
Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah, Emerald's been on several times. And it's gotten, I mean, this show has been huge for a long time. I mean, they used to get great talented cooks, but I mean, now it's almost across the board. You got like beard nominated folks,
Yes, a
Michelin
lot.
star restaurant people. I mean, it's insane. Like
Yeah,
the level of competition has really gone
yeah.
up. Last year
I made a
was just
list.
on the food was real interesting, so I'm
Yeah.
excited.
One of these folks has Food and Wine's best new restaurant. There's several that's been in Michelin starred kitchens. One lady was like, my restaurant was voted seventh best in the world. We got world's best Indian
Arpege
chef.
is a world famous restaurant. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm just going on what they're telling me. Um, and there's a lot of folks from the Midwest too, like Midwest East too. There's a lot
Hmm.
of, you don't get a lot of Western. I think one of the twins has a restaurant in Montana. Like, what's the food culture in Montana? A lot of bison and venison. Like,
Yeah, it is.
I thought I was making a joke.
Nope, that's what it is.
Okay.
The amount of
Got it.
meat eaten in Montana and to the lack of barbecue restaurant ratio boggles my mind. I mean, all of Bozeman, which just gets bigger and bigger every time we have a mutual friend out there. Um, I think I'm like, there's going to be a couple pop up. Nope. I'm like, I think my retirement dream is to just move out there and open a barbecue restaurant. So,
Okay. So before I need to know about Last Chance Kitchen because as I'm like Googling on the internet and they even like shortened it to LCK. What is this? They don't really go home?
yeah, so there's something called, that started several years ago. It wasn't on since the beginning. So, let's say there's 15 chefs that start, there's a 16th kind of in the wings over here. And once the first person gets kicked off, they immediately enter Last Chance
Mhm.
Kitchen. If you then those two are put into like, and it comes on immediately after Top Chef. Then it's just like 10 or 15 minutes. Tom Colicchio runs it, and the chef that just got booted off got told to pack your knives and go. That's the big slogan you're going to hear time and time again.
Yes,
As
I
you
do
know,
know pack
you
your
thought you
knives and
heard
go.
Tyra, say something a lot. Padma has said it so many times, and now Kristen
Okay.
is. But so the person that just got told to pack their knives and go gets to battle against the other person in a one-on-one competition. Whoever wins that competition stays in Last Chance Kitchen. And as long as you're in Last Chance Kitchen, you're still in the running because probably a couple of different times in the year, they're going to take whoever's at top, who's left in Last Chance Kitchen, and insert them back into the competition. So say they
So,
got in when there's 14 people, they win eight Last Chance Kitchens. Then when there's down to six people, all of a sudden, boom, you got a seventh, and the person that got the boot 8 weeks ago
So
comes in.
at any given time, there's only one person in the last chance kitchen.
Yeah,
Like there's
but
not
since
like they're not sending them all and they're just duking it out as they go.
no, but you get to see the people like as it goes on. Say it's week 10, and you've got five people that have gotten the boot. Well,
Hmm.
four or five of them are going to be over there watching like peanut gallery style. Like,
Uh,
hey, what are you doing over there? What's going on here? And they're talking about the food. Like, oh, I like the way he does that. And it's kind of neat. Because they're, I mean, when you sign up, you're there for like 3 weeks immediately. So like,
yeah,
if you
that seems
get,
fast
you
though,
get,
because like
yeah,
some
and I
places you have to
knew
go for
so.
a million years.
I knew someone the second season. They got him off the airplane. He flew from Mississippi to California. Gets him off the airplane. Hey, you're in a competition right now. They did a cutthroat competition right then. He finished last. He had to stick around for 3 weeks.
Oh, dang, that's
Yeah,
bitter.
yeah,
Well, okay, so we are wrapping up though, and
yeah.
as everybody's making lunches and getting dressed for the morning, but so when I sit down to watch my very first time, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? Just like the top things that I need to do to be equipped to really like be locked into the show.
The first ones are a little tougher because there's so many people. There's a lot to take in. So just like
Okay.
pay attention to what they tell them to do. So
Okay.
Kristen, most likely at the first small challenge, she'll say, she'll give them a theme or something for them to do, and watch what people are doing and think about how close they're getting to that theme. Because sometimes they're making beautiful, tasty looking food that is not what they asked them for at all.
Okay.
So you
Well, I
don't
do
do
take
good for
notes,
that.
so I feel like I'm
And
ahead of the
then
regular viewer there.
yeah, I wouldn't write about like all 15 dishes as they're coming up, like because it's going to come real fast. And then same for the second one for a while. Think about what they're telling them. If there's a guest judge on there, that always they give them some advice that kind of lingers through. Like they should use that advice. Like the better attention they're paying and how they apply it to their own style, which is a thing you'll start. It's tougher to notice in the first couples because there's so many, but you'll see after a couple weeks, like, oh, that guy is always doing, this Afro Caribbean thing. That guy does his out west thing. They're very Asian focused, and don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Very important. Uh,
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna need to like pivot some of my social media attention to all this Top Chef stuff. Obviously I was already following Kristen because duh, but you can check out if we're having any sort of overlap because we know that the season 12 Vanderpump reunion is two. And then we don't know if there's secrets revealed. So there is going to be a lot of overlap. So you guys are going to be getting like double headers on Tuesdays and Wednesday mornings. So look for that. Look for our social media. And if you have questions or things that you want, ways you want us to cover this, send us an email. I'm learning, Jeff's schooling. So this is going to be our new format for a little while.
yeah, we'll be in here with our fried chicken, pimento cheese, and
Oh,
she crab soup, and
I love our pimento cheese.
just be hanging out in the Carolinas for a few weeks. This sounds great.
I know.
Um, and hop on the following Gail Simmons while you're at it. You're gonna want. She's interesting.
Yes.
I think you'll
I'm
like
going
her
to
a
do it
lot.
all. I'm going to do it
Yeah.
all. All right. Well, see you on the other side. I'm not packing my knives just yet.
Thank you all.